I was looking between colleges. I was looking between Milwaukee, Madison, Marquette, Green Bay, and here. And I came here and I really enjoyed the campus. I loved that Schmeekly was right off campus. Nice place to be out in the outdoors. And when it came down to it, I felt that I wanted to go to a place that had a history with teaching because I'm going for secondary education. And I wanted a place where I felt like my degree meant something, that the name on the degree meant something, and Stevens Point was really the place that stood out. I quite like Stevens Point. It's really nice for what I'm doing. I mean, Marquette and Madison were a bit big, and with a teaching degree, I feel like this is a really good place for going for with different classes. On one side, there's my academic classes that prepare me for my content field because I'm going for teaching history and social sciences. I've done a wide range of classes. I've done history of modern Germany with Professor Hale. I've also done history of U.S.-Cuba relations with Professor Risignani. It's really covered a large range of issues, and it's really changed how I view the world and changed how I use critical thinking to think about what's told to me and what's told to me as being the truth. It's a lot easier to analyze what the facts are and what the information is. On the other side, I've also been working with education. I've gone through classes in reading in the secondary schools, classes on special education in the mainstream classroom, and it's really adjusted how I look at education. Because I've worked for years teaching students at an environmental education camp, and each time I go through another class, it just changes how I view my role and how I view how I'm supposed to work with students and what's the best way to make them succeed. Well, not make them succeed, but rather give them the tools they need to succeed so they can find their own way to succeed. In history, I quite liked working with Professor Hale. He just has a passion for what he's talking about. You can tell that, one, he knows what he's talking about. He's very, very smart and intelligent and very well researched. But also, he just loves it. He loves talking about the rise of Otto von Bismarck in the late 1800s in Germany. He loves talking about the history of medicine, and that really is how I want to teach my students. I don't want them to just learn things from me, but I want them to see the passion I have for the things I'm teaching. Well, after college, I definitely want to try to find a teaching role. I'm looking towards anywhere really in the Wisconsin area, I'm hoping. It's really up for grabs as to where I end up with my kind of profession. I really hope that I can get into a full-time job. I'm also open to substituting, which is the way that a lot of us earn our way in it, so it's pretty much staying in Wisconsin is what I want to do. My advice for a new student at Stevens Point is just to jump. Just don't worry. You're at the top of the tree and just jump and see what happens. Don't worry about what branches you're going to crash into because you're going to crash into branches. That's a part of life. Just know that by doing that jump, you can achieve so many beautiful things. You can learn so many new things. You can meet so many cool people. And it's really when you jump that you get to feel what it's like to fly. And it's really worth it. Stevens Point has been a great place for me to grow. I wouldn't be the person I am to be. I wouldn't have the people around me that I have today without coming to UW Stevens Point.